Guys, today on the Everyday Golfer we are talking about should you buy a new driver or should you get a new shaft. So the shaft we are talking about today is as expensive as a new driver. As James pans over to it,
probably have brought it with you there, but...
Thank you very much, James brought it over. We are talking about the AutoFlex shaft. You'll see on screen now, this is coming in at £695. So I want to put this to the test. I have used this shaft a few times. I've not got on with it, but I've had a lot of golfers comment saying that they have bought a shaft instead of a new driver and have gained distance, improved their ball striking, and helped them lower their scores. But I'm going to put this to the test today and see if, with everything that it's saying that it's going to do for us, with it being lighter, with it enhancing speed, with the Korea hidden technology, is that going to help me get well over 300 yards or is it going to lose me distance? Let's have a look. Right, first of all, in the Stealth driver, I have got the Cayley 60 gram extra stiff shaft. So again, club head speed for me normally just about over 110. So it can get up to 115, and that's what this AutoFlex is also designed for, up to 110 miles an hour. But with this shaft, I certainly feel comfortable with it. I know what kind of ball flight I should get, and I know I should be seeing around about 300 yards with a good strike. James is very surprised with that, but a nice solid strike there, straight on the line that I wanted it to, and a ball flight that I'm expecting to get. And that's one big thing with this shaft, before we talk about the AutoFlex, is I feel comfortable. This is a shaft that I've been fitted for, this is something that I am comfortable with, and over the golf ball I can commit to that shot. And that's one of the biggest things when you are on the tee box, is being able, all right lads, keep it down, is being able to commit to your shot. Standing over there with confidence to be able to, okay, I can give this everything, I can really put my full swing and commitment to getting it as far down the fairway as possible. The AutoFlex is claiming that it's going to get you a little bit more distance and more roll, so it'll be interesting to see here what it does for us. They're turning over a little bit just up the left hand side, but again a nice strong ball flight there, and exactly what I would start to do. It's the feel that I know what I'm going to get off the face. It's a shaft that I know where it is in the downswing, and a lot of people talk about that. They don't feel like they have control in the downswing, and that might be something that you need to do, is check what shaft you are using. Are you using the wrong shaft? Let's switch over now into the AutoFlex and see how confident and how it performs. Okay, so how much would you actually spend on a shaft? Would you be somebody who would look into this?
My eye out there.
Would you spend £600? Would you spend £700 on a driver? Would you spend that much on a shaft? Would you go for something like this? Would you be something? I know obviously a couple of guys that I've done online lessons with who've spent the money and seen and reaped the rewards. One of them obviously was getting around about 30 yards extra on his drives, and he also felt like he could...
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
He thought that's exactly what he thought he was getting. On the golf course, he was much more confident with it. Felt like he could swing it a little bit smoother, and again...
Could you go red and pink?
Well, you'll see, as I put on screen, there is multiple options that you can customise this to. But I have used this shaft before, and one thing for me with my swing and the way that I change direction and get into my downswing, I feel like I don't have control. I certainly start to feel I have to swing a lot smoother for it to be a good strike. I've also, I mean, I'm sure James has got plenty of footage, I've also hit a few tops with this shaft. So launch lower there, again that was a little bit low on the face, but I feel like I'm already trying to guide it. I'm trying to obviously just get it down there. I'm not being able to give it a full hit. I don't feel like I can commit to that shot, but there, down the fairway, I'm more than happy with that. But for £600, again, I would be hoping to get a little bit more yardage out of it.
I think if you go after it, that lady's not safe.
I don't think she's safe either, so let's see, let's give this one just like I would with a normal shaft. Let's see. Right, I've hit that well. That's a great ball flight, so it'll be very interesting to get there. That's on the same line as the first one I hit with the Cayley shaft. So let's see if I've got that a little bit more distance before we jump in the studio. So guys, we can see here the shortest one is the one I felt like I guided with the AutoFlex. We can see the ball right in front of us is actually the one that I hit with the Cayley shaft with the normal shaft that I have in there. But on the line, we can certainly see from the tee box, I would say we have sneaked maybe 10 yards more out of that shaft. So very surprising there. It was a good strike, it was a similar fly, but I have got 10 yards more out of it. Is that because I put a little bit more speed into the swing? Is that the shaft? I don't know, but 2 fairways with the auto flex, and unfortunately the other one was a little bit further left, to say the least. Must have hit a tree,
More
James.
consistent as well.
Must have hit a tree. So more consistent down the fairway. Did I feel like I guided it? Maybe. Let's see some numbers in the studio now before we have a longest drive down the 9th hole here at Waterfront. So I'm going to start with the standard shaft inside, see what we get. And like I mentioned, we should be starting to see probably close to 300 yards with a good centered strike. Get a little bit spinny on that one, but carry. 260, not the best strike, gone to 275. Exactly what I'd expect to see there from a missed strike. So let's try and get one a little bit more centered. That was a well-struck shot. Let's see. 280 carry. Gone 300. Again, that was nice. Excellent. That was a nice shot out of the centre, a good strike. So let's switch the shaft over now. Let's start to see, can I get any more on that? Again, am I going to start to see that the shaft being that lighter shaft, having those career hidden technologies, is that going to get me that extra energy to get it maybe to 310, 320, but is that going to help me? Am I going to have any more control? Okay, so in with the auto flex now, and like I mentioned outside, I do know people who have obviously done well with this. It's certainly a driver, or certainly a shaft you need to get used to. It's not always the easiest to have a good feel with. So again there for me, I feel like you have to change your swing a little bit. You have to feel like you wait for that club head. 260 there, going 280. Not the best strike there. Certainly felt like I was guiding it, which is the worry with spending over £600 on this shaft. To feel like I'm manipulating my swing. Yes, you might use this on a driving range for a while, start to get used to it. I don't really know many places where you can go and obviously test this shaft out. Again, comment below, guys, if you have been fitted for this. Where have you been fitted for it? I mean, the concept is there. It has worked for a lot of people. Again, with slower swing speeds, I know people have gained a lot of distance. 265. Gone 280, it's consistent. So let's get back out onto the golf course. Let's hit one down the 9, see if I can get one past the standard shaft. But again, think about this, guys. It is obviously over £600 for this shaft, but is that better than buying a new driver if this gets you a little bit more distance? I always think getting the right shaft in the driver can benefit you more than the new and latest drivers on the market, but that's for you to decide. So interesting there inside, obviously with the numbers, same as it is out here. I'm trying to feel like I'm guiding this shaft, and we saw that we didn't get the numbers that we wanted from the auto flex inside, but outside we know that it was the longest shot. Now I'm going to hit a couple of shots down here, see if I can do it again. Again, I've given that everything, and that's launched fantastic. That's straight down the middle of the fairway, just down the right-hand side, and that looks quite long. So that's where it's good to get them out and test them out here as well, because in the simulator, you might not be picking a target, you might not be giving it everything. Out here, when you've got a fairway to hit, you want to see if you give it everything, can you control it? That's another fairway. So quick switch over there of shafts. Let's now give this everything. We've got one in the fairway with the auto flex. Full commitment. That's also straight down the middle of the fairway. Again, just right of centre, so it'll be very interesting to get down there and see which one's gone the furthest. Both great strikes. Which one wins? So guys, we can see down here straight away, auto flex wins again, both on the right hand side of the fairway, but it's another long drive. Massive from the auto flex. We've got at least 30 yards in between those, and I would say they were both similar strikes. So interesting numbers in the simulator didn't say, but out on the golf course, the auto flex could be worth every penny. So certainly try and give this a go, guys. Comment below if you have been able to test this shaft out. Yes, it's expensive, but do you want 30 yards?